Hello, and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin, after yesterday's dip into the support zone and the reaction to it, has formed a higher low, but hasn't really provided yet enough information that a low is in. So we want to take a look at the relevant parameters today. For today, obviously it's Friday, maybe don't expect too much crazy movement, but we'll see. Sometimes, at least as long as the US stock market is open, we could get a bit of volatility. But then it's already nearly weekend. So typically corrections are in three waves. Obviously, there are two patterns that in my opinion apply here for this entire structure that started on the 14th of April. As you know, we're dealing with an ABC structure. That's sort of what I'm currently following, but that's absolutely not confirmed yet. Okay, we just need to see more. The main reason is, so in this scenario, the low could be in, that entire correction could be over, and the wave 4 could have bottomed here on the 19th of April. But I need to see more. Why? Because what we want to see is 5 waves up. Yep, we can say maybe that's a 5-wave move. It's not the most beautiful 5-wave move up here with the peak on the 23rd of April, but you can justify it. That move down, it's a very questionable 3-wave move. Yeah, it looks a little bit like 5. That's the problem. It looks a little bit like 5. I will zoom in and explain. But you can count it as 3. It's just that it's very long, on the way down. It now needs to hold this support area. And while it's holding support for now, it hasn't really shown that reaction I want to see yet. Okay, so when I talk about I need to see a 1-2 setup, it's about, can the price stabilize and really find support and hold and sustain above that support area that I defined here. And the price clearly reacted to it, but it's not enough to say we've started the 3rd wave to the upside, and that would confirm that the 1-2 setup did hold. So we're going to zoom in a minute, take a look. It's very weak price action overall, right? It's not clearly impulsive to the upside. But in this scenario, in the yellow scenario, the low could be in this correction, and we can move up from, basically from support area to support area, and we'll observe that. Then the other count is a so-called WXY pattern, also a 3-wave move, WXY. They are both relevant. In this scenario, in the Y wave, the move down was an A wave. This move up is a B wave, and the move down would be a C wave. So that C wave could still happen. And that's the main risk at the moment that we're dealing with on the shorter time frame. There is, in that scenario, no major risk to the overall assumption on this chart, which is bullish, but it would lead to a deeper pullback into that orange support region in a larger WXY structure. And the Y wave, as I said, is an A, B, C, and this C wave would reach the sort of middle probably of that support zone, possibly around 55.4k, maybe just 55.9k. In this scenario, we zoom in and I go to the 30-minute chart now. In this scenario, in the white count, as I said, we're dealing with an ABC structure in wave Y. This was a B wave top. Yeah, this top that formed on the, what was that, 22nd, 23rd of April. And then the move down that we saw yesterday into the micro support region was a wave 1. This here could now be a wave 2. Then the next move down would be a 3rd wave down, 4, 5. For the white scenario to become more likely, we really need a break below yesterday's low at 62,730. That's a major warning, you could say. And then obviously also take out 61,200 and then take out 59,650. These are the key levels, and then we should be on the way down. So that's absolutely not to be ruled out. Okay, that's why I added a resistance area yesterday to the chart to explain we really need to get above that resistance area here to again show that the upside momentum is unfolding. I mean, it's all about support resistance. So we have support area here. We have a resistance area here. Clearly, at the moment, the market is respecting them both. So it takes a break above resistance, very straightforward, to suggest that, yep, that wave 2 has bottomed, and then we can build our thesis further from there. But this has been a very, very painful correction. I mean, these parameters here are all being respected, but this here, I mean, it looks a bit like a 5-wave move. I consider that 3 waves, but then this move down was so long. Okay, yeah, it's a bit difficult because I can say this is an A wave, B wave triangle, C wave down, but the C is very long. Or I can say it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it leaves still doors open for both. That's sometimes a problem on these smaller time frames. We have yeah, we have very balanced probabilities still in this correction. So the market hasn't really fully made up its mind yet. Anyway, in the yellow count, it's so we have seen a possible 5-wave move up there from yesterday's low. So again, that could be in the yellow count a wave 1, pullback in the wave 2 into this nano support area between 63.3k and 64k. We're now at a time frame where, I mean, there isn't really anything predictive about this. You know, you just get some levels, support levels, and see if they hold or not. Just because nothing is going on the 1 hour chart. I mean, you know. So here we are dealing with those micro support area or micro support levels. The price is respected here to 64k. And now we would like to see either C wave to the upside in white wave 2 or the 3rd wave rally. Okay, as I said, if we break below those levels I just mentioned, we're likely going down more directly. So if we get one more rally, it could take us straight into the resistance area, which ends at 66.4k, where there should be quite substantial resistance from this triangle. And then a sustained break above it would open the door for a larger 5-wave move, which again would be the next step to confirming that indeed we've bottomed. And then we have the next 1-2 setup at the next support region that will be helpful for anybody who's scalping these movements. But yeah, at the moment, I mean, really looking at this nano structure here, I mean, unless this is a small 1-2, 1-2 setup, this looks more a bit like a triangle. It could be a B-wave triangle. So I cannot rule out here one more low. It actually looks more as if there is going to be another low here. Yeah, it really looks like a triangle. At least one more low. There is nothing, let's say, impulsive about this, or yeah, nothing that shows me there is a lot of upside pressure. This could be an A wave, B wave triangle, C wave down, absolutely. Okay, and then if we don't hold 63.3k, that would shift the, I mean, that would already be a signal that we go down more directly. But bear in mind, we're now on the smallest time frames. I mean, there isn't really much that's really predictive about this on these time frames. Just pay attention to the patterns, pay attention to your levels, parameters, they should be clear. And think about what a drop would mean for you and your portfolio and what you would do. You know, I think it could be another opportunity. And so far we haven't really seen substantial evidence that this correction is complete. It's moving very slowly, very painfully. Also, Ether hasn't really given us any clear signals. Okay, that's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.